What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good evening. So we got Genshin Impact. We had the big update 4.7 came out yesterday. And we started the new Archon quest, so we will continue with that tonight. Hey, what's up, Ox? I think it's probably gonna take at least 5 days before we get through the all of the Archon quest, and then we still got the Chlorine story quest after that. Okay, we got Newlet's charged attack is more likely to be obstructed by terrain. Well, that's not good. Text error in the name card achievement. Text error. Okay. Mutual security enhancing simulation. I swear, dude, the weird shit this game has you do. So that's in 2 days. To complete. Oh, wait. Is this one of those, what do they call them? The AFK fighters or whatever they call those games where you don't actually, like, do the fighting, you just watch the people fight on the screen? I think that's what this is, because it's saying you deploy units and they automatically engage the enemy. So yeah, that's what this sounds like. Also, yeah, I redeemed a redemption code earlier today, so.
What could the children be up to? Add Astra.
Talk to Dane's Leaf. Okay, so we're going back here again. Yeah, I don't have any Dendro characters right now, so can't do anything with that thing. Oh, I hate when this happens. This is like, you can literally like fall through these leaves, and then like if you just happen to land on a branch, you'll actually take fall damage. So annoying.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
What's wrong, Dane?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No.
Oh,
It wasn't a dream.
I forgot to check the...
They're memories. Memories
Hold on,
that
I'll do that after
suddenly
this
appeared in
cutscene.
my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, what exactly did you remember?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What?
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
Indeed.
Either that or
And it
Dainsliff
appears
is
he
just
possesses the
messed up
ability
to the
to
core, man.
Implant memories into the minds of others.
How is that even possible?
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Okay, wait, why is this the first time we're hearing about this eye of the field tiller shit? What the fuck? How come we haven't heard about this before? Is the eye still safe?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
But what if someone follows us? If we go straight there and someone is on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted that memory in the first place, to force Dane to confirm the eye's location. Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dane has already thought of that possibility. It seems like he might already have a plan. Lead the way, Dane.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, let me check the settings here. Yeah, this... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I was worried that... Okay, so now we got it back to where it should be. I don't know, it's weird, like... It seemed like 2 or 3 updates ago, it like quit doing the thing where it reset the resolution after each update. But then I saw it like reset the resolution back to 1080p like just randomly, it seemed. It wasn't like right after an update, it was just seemed like it was random. And now it's reset again after the 4.7 update, so I don't know. I guess maybe we're back to it resetting after every update again. Who knows? Field Tiller Eye. Okay. I mean, we're not talking about like literally someone's eye, right? That'd be pretty fucked up. Hey, get up there.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, Let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait.
Hmm?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
What was Dane going to tell me just now?
Hey, wait up!
Yep. They're recommending a team with Pyro and Electro. Shoot, I think the only team I have that's like that is my damn national team. But Dane... Wait. Okay, hold on. Let's just... Okay, I see how it is. Well... Okay, let me think. Yeah. And like I said, the national team right here is literally the only team I got that has Pyro and Electro both in it. Okay.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Illusion shattered!
Race you! Nice and Help! Beginner is attacking me! No! I ruined everything.
Benny's adventure team, a sit!
Bro, what the fuck was that horse shit just now?
outlines your fate. Know my sword.
There is no escape!
Gooba, get them!
Let's light it up!
Illusion shattered!
Let me read you a verse.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
I'm going in! Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter.
You're toast! Nice and spicy!
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Know my sword.
Gooba, get them!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Teamwork is dreamwork. Witness the power of Guwa.
Hey, yeah! Nice and spicy!
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
The door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Okay.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
Yeah, this seems like a place the Abyss would hang out.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Dude, it's always gotta be these, whatever, whatever they're called. I forgot.
Off we go! Ha! Time to act. Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter.
Booba, get them!
Now you shall perish!
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up!
Eat this! Astro into the fire!
Let me weave you a verse.
No ingredients for me today!
There is no escape!
Ha! No, my sword! Teamwork is trick!
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see...
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave you here on your own? Will you be alright?
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Alright. Dane does have a point, but something still feels off. What am I missing? Is that Lumine?
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Well, shit, now that he made Aether leave, he doesn't get to meet his
The Abyss Order's on
sister.
the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on.
It's not gonna let me change my team now.
Race you! Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
Wait, I hear something.
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
It was someone's voice.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else. Looks like the same thing is happening over here too. The hilly trails are calm.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
It's that voice again.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered softly, "Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more."
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
It's not gonna let me fast travel.
Race you! Grandpa Medea, is everyone all right? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Huh?
You don't remember?
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again. At
Jesus
least
fucking
right now, I
Christ.
can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
How is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadia. Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadia about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
We should check in with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
This is such a great place for a vacation. Just take a few more days off.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing? Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him, and apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
I doubt returning to the past would be that simple. Given everything Dane mentioned about disturbances with the ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully. What's really going on?
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now. If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing. Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadevada, no one remembers him, because there's been a change in people's memories.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the leyline disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
Then this is our chance to find him.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we know so far.
Good idea. That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
Implant memories into the minds of others.
Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Implanting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend in with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell.
There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time. If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion. All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location. Maybe not. We don't have any way to prove whether certain memories were simply forgotten or never existed in the first place.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That must mean time isn't passing! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
If we consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer.
The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described. Dainsleif had memories implanted into his mind. Could it be that it's happened more than once? We thought Chief Amadea forgot about the missing villager, but it turns out we're at a moment in time before the village issued the commission.
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely Atosa's memory.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. you'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
We finally found him. Why does he look kind of familiar?
Oh, right! This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet!
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
You're... Factoring in the memories, the Abyss Order, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I need to think of the one person that can connect all of this together.
The founder of the Abyss Order. The man who broke the curse of immortality. Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate. Dane's brother, one of the 5 sinners of Conria. The one who stole the power of the Abyss. No, that doesn't seem right. I need to think about this some more. The founder of the Abyss Order. No, that doesn't seem right. I need to think about this some more. You're... Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Hey Zane, how you doing? What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all, as you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived.
Yeah. If you want to recap, I can kind of go back over it a little bit. This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Caribert as I can. What exactly is the Loom of Fate?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension.
So, they met back up with Dainsleif, and I don't know, he was like, I think he was like getting memories implanted in his mind, and the memories that he was getting made him worried that the what was it called, like the eye of the field tiller was in threat of being found by the Abyss Order. And so he went to this domain where the eye is being kept, along with the Traveler. But then, while they were in the domain, Dainsleif was like having, like, I don't know, he was like in pain and stuff, and he I guess he felt that the Abyss Order was like approaching, so he told the Traveler to split up. And so the Traveler left the domain, but then, like, right after he left, Lumine shows up, and she's gonna fight Dainsleif. They haven't shown the fight, but then we went back to the Traveler's perspective, and he figured out that he's after he left the domain, he's well, since he's left the domain, he's been in somebody else's memory, and turns out the person, he's in the memory of this one person that he talked to about, remember, like the villagers that were saying that they remembered some guy that disappeared. So it's one of those people. I think her name was Alasso or something. And apparently in Alasso's memory, this guy was like talking to her, and this is like I forgot it. He's got kind of a weird name, Caribert something. And he's associated with the Loom of Fate, but yeah, I don't know much beyond that, so.
Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction.
Oh, I think he's like, this is like the brother of the guy who like started the Abyss Order or something.
In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
Kari Bear is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines?
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories?
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dane's mind were implanted by Kari Bear through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vimara Village. But why did you implant memories of yourself?
Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
So that's why. I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conria back then. Everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
What? The Loom of Fate is already complete? That means the eye of the first field tiller must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. Could something have happened to Dane?
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
Dane never handed me the eye.
That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Wait, does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? You made him think that. When?
Before you two entered that false location.
Bruh. I swear, everything in this game is like Death Note level, like fucking planning ahead and shit.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
So when Dane froze up back then, it was because a false memory
That was when I implanted
was being
the memory of him handing
implanted.
you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
So Dane had the eye this whole time, until the Abyss Order took it away. Not sure there's anything we could have done. What are you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the princess is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster.
Wait a second. Didn't this happen, like, a while back? I mean, this was like... seem to remember this same deal going on, like, back... like, this was back, like, when, I think, like, when Sumeru had just come out. didn't it? And like they were with Kale. Like Kale had something to do with this.
That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the Hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
So the thing that caused the Hilichurls to calm down back then was Kari Bear's story. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the Hilichurls a moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too.
God fucking damn it.
Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
I almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What exactly are you planning?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But There's still time before the heavenly principles awaken.
What do you mean? The heavenly principles are still asleep?
Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria. There's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
You really hate the heavenly principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Caribert. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that.
He talked!
There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Caribert gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here.
Oh,
Everything
nice.
in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now? It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were alright and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
I'm having trouble thinking straight right now.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Wait, really? What a score!
I guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Kari Bear all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
I can't seem to remember. Maybe I'm just tired? I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Oh, wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. They looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So that's how Kari Bear said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them.
Oh, and we also remembered his name, Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
That is a unique name.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Kari Bear is gone. The Loom of Fate is now complete.
Paimon wonders how Atos is doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Alright. Oh, yeah. Now I finally get to change my party back. Without your knowledge, Dane Sliff cross swords with your sibling. Enter Kari Bear's realm of consciousness. Yep. Genshin has gotta milk this shit out as long as it possibly can. Shit. You know what? I don't think they're ever gonna actually have them reunite for real. They're just gonna let this keep just dragging on and on for freaking ever.
Ad Astra Ab. Thank you for completing.
Ad Astra.
Alright. Damn MiHoYo. Damn Hoyoverse. Whatever. Alright, well, I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab some water. And we're back. Alright. So, last time on Chaos Child, the gang found out that Yui is actually a gigalomaniac. They had Uki summon her D-sword, and Yui was able to see the D-swords, thus confirming that she is a gigalomaniac, and that's the reason why the pyrokinetic woman went after her. I don't know, we went through another scene where they were at the club room and they were recapping all the stuff that happened and everything else. And yeah, we're officially in chapter 8 now, finally. Chapter 7 seemed like really long. So I don't know. Chaos Head had, was it 10 or 11 chapters? was one of those. It was either 10 or 11. So if Chaos Child has the same number of chapters, then we're getting kind of close to the end now. Hmm.
大丈夫よ、ユイ。安全になるまでずっと一緒にいてあげるから。ほら、元気出して。
Oh yeah, and also there, well, this part was kind of weird, because, like, Shinjo found there was another, strange death that occurred. But it actually occurred before October the 23rd. And apparently this woman had like like a rebar basically stuck through her entire body, like down her mouth and like all the way like through her body and shit. And I forgot the name of who he said it was, but it wasn't a character that we knew before, so I don't know. And then they saw like footage of the pyrokinetic woman entering the apartment where the death occurred with the rebar. So I guess they think that the pyrokinetic woman killed this person. So. Yui nodded. She was still pale. Not only had she gone through a lot last night, but she just found out that she was a psychic. She wasn't looking good at all. I explained to her what I thought she needed to know, and then told her that no matter what, we must never be alone from now on. It was true that the return of the new generation madness had come to a temporary halt when Senri Minamisawa hadn't been able to kill anyone on the 23rd. But no matter what the rest of the world said, it felt far too early to declare this whole thing over.
でもね、こんな時にこんなことを言うのは変かもしれないけど、お姉ちゃん、ちょっとだけワクワクしてるんだ。え？ゆいと一緒にお風呂に入ったり寝たりするの久しぶりなんだもの。ゆいったらいつの間にか大人になっちゃって、すっかりゆうとのお姉ちゃんになっちゃったでしょ。たまには私の妹に戻って甘えてくれてもいいのになんて思ってたから。やだもう。
Yui smiled just a little.
ユウトはどうするって？
父さんの部屋にしばらく居候。この部屋で一緒に寝ていいって言ったんだけどね。なんか恥ずかしいみたい。私は別に構わないのに。ユウはのの姉が初恋の人だから。あ、これ内緒ね。絶対ね。それは光栄だわ。ねえねえタクル、頑張らないとユウトに私を取られちゃうわよ。
I don't think Takaru has any intention of trying to go after your heart, but okay, whatever. Sometimes Kurisu would say things like that just to enjoy my reaction. Lately, I'd gotten a lot better at not reacting the way she wanted me to. I simply snorted and she puffed up her cheeks and pouted.
で、ユイの能力なんだけど、本当に自覚とかないのか?
The small smile vanished from Yui's face.
そんなの急に言われても。
自分の身の回りで特別なことが起こったりとかさ。
特別って言うと、ユウのことくらいかな。
どんな？
ユウが嘘ついてもすぐにわかるとか。
それは超能力じゃないわね。お姉ちゃんなら普通よ。私だってタクルのついた嘘なんて簡単に見抜けるもの。
だからそこで僕を引き合いに出すなよ。
This time my don't react skill failed me. Kurisu chuckled, finally satisfied. Damn it. I felt annoyed for a moment, and then I realized that Kurisu was trying to send me a message.
なるべくユイを怖がらせないであげて。
That's what she seemed to be saying. Yeah, she was right. A normal girl like Yui would never be able to handle knowing there might be a serial killer after her. So Kurisu was deliberately pretending to be cheerful. I realized that my tone had probably been too harsh and relaxed it.
他にはないかな。どんなことでもいいんだけど。
他に？
Yui looked down and thought for a minute.
そういえば、本当に時々だけど、ユウの声が聞こえるような気がする。
声？
うん。例えば、ユウが忘れ物をして困ってたり、怪我をして泣いてたり、そういう良くない声が聞こえてきて、それで急いでユウの学校へ行くと、本当に怪我をしてたりするの。
なるほど。それかもしれない。
I wasn't a specialist, so I couldn't say for sure, but maybe you could call it psychic sympathy between siblings. Kunosato might know more, but for whatever reason, she had it out for us. There was no way I was telling her about Yui.
ユウトにはそういうことはないのかしら。
大丈夫。あいつに能力はない。
I'd already checked yesterday. I'd shown him Yamazoe's D-sword and he hadn't shown any response at all.
なんだか、私はユウの心配してるのに、ユウの方はそうでもないみたいで、ちょっと癪だけど。でも、いいよね。ユウが狙われることはないんだもんね。
あ、あいつはターゲットにされないはずだ。
When Yui heard that, she finally seemed to feel better. Kurisu softly put her hand on Yui's head and rubbed it.
本当にいい子ね、ユイは。
やだ、やめてよ。
ダメです。
Kurisu grabbed Yui before she could escape and held her tight. She looked like she was about to kiss her at any second.
ユイ好きよ、大好き。
のねがなんか気持ち悪い。
I couldn't help but smile.
気が済むまでやらせてやれよ、ユイ。
やだ、助けてよ。
Just when I thought it was safe to leave Yui with Kurisu. The three of us froze at the sudden sound of a knock.
まさか、ここ家の中だぞ。
The knock continued. Kurisu stood up and positioned herself between Yui and the door. I motioned for her to step back and put my hand on the doorknob. I remembered the terror I'd felt at Cafe LAX and gulped. To be honest, I was afraid, terrified. But I was the only one who could protect them right now.
Huh?
Suddenly, I heard an easygoing voice from the other side of the door.
宮代先輩、ちょっといいっすか？それともクルス先輩となんかまずいことでもしてますか？
Bro, what the fuck? I thought it was gonna be like Shinjo or something. Or maybe even Kunasato.
あ、どうも。
どうもじゃない。紛らわしいからノックすんなよ。
そういうわけにはいきませんってば。変な場面とか見ちゃったらどうするんです？
僕とクルスで変な場面なんてないからな。で、なんか用か？
あ、はい。ちょっと宮代先輩に話があるんで、いいですかね？
僕に？
ダイニングに来てもらっても。
なあ、構わないけど。
私たちも行った方がいいかしら。
Kurisu poked her face out from behind me and asked. Arimura stuck her hands out and shook them in what looked to me like a deliberate overreaction.
いえいえ、クルス先輩と立花姉はそのままラブラブしててオッケーっすよ。話って宮代先輩にだけなんで。そう？
Arimura said her usual adios gracias to a confused Kurisu, then dragged me out of the room.
なんだよ一体。
クルス先輩にはまだちょっとな話なんで。
ん？
とにかく来てください。見てほしいものが。
ああ。
I followed Arimura as she hurried away from Kurisu's room.
あ、タク、ゆいちゃんどう？
うん、もう大丈夫だと思う。落ち着いたよ。
そっか、よかったね。
Uki was in the kitchen washing dishes. She looked at us. She let out a small sigh of relief. Even if she hadn't seen her for a long time, Yui was still her friend and she was still worried about her.
ひなちゃん、お茶飲む？ウキちゃんが入れてくれたのはとっても美味しいよ。
ああ、いえ、私はそろそろ家に帰ろうと思ってるんで。
I turned to look at Arimura, surprised. I thought she was staying here because there might be another attack like last night.
ひなちゃん帰っちゃうの？もっと合宿していこうよ。明日学校お休みだし。
いやいや、宮代先輩のお父様にこれ以上ご迷惑をおかけするわけには。 ていうかぶっちゃけこんなに泊まり込むと思ってなかったんで、下着の替えとかピンチでして。
そんな別に遠慮しなくても。
おっとド変態め、限界を突破した下着を遠慮なく見せつけていいと？いやむしろじっくり見せろと？一宿一般の恩義があろうとそいつは聞けねえ要求だな。
Arimura pressed down on the hem of her skirt.
誰がそんなこと要求するか、そういう話じゃないだろう。
じゃあ何ですか？
だから事件が終わったっていう確証が得られるまで有村もここにいないか。その方が安全だろ。
ああ、なるほど。
Arimura scratched her cheek. And then she took on a more serious look.
セリ、ウキ、悪いんだけどちょっとだけ外してくれないかな。
She spoke pointedly to Sarika and Uki. The two of them exchanged glances for a moment, but Arimura wasn't allowing any room for discussion. They left the room.
はあ。
Once we were alone, Arimura sighed a little and took her phone out of her pocket.
宮代先輩に話っていうのは実はそのことです。
え？
つい今しがた新庄さんからメールが来まして、私と先輩に大至急確認してほしいことがあるって。
新庄さんから？
すごく嫌なものを送りつけられました。デリカシーがないんでしょうね。大嫌いですあの人。
Arimura expanded the attached image and looked away from the phone as she handed it to me.
それ防犯カメラの映像のコピーだそうですよ。
I could see in the video the face of a woman I would never forget.
南沢千里。
My reaction was the opposite of Arimura's. I couldn't tear my eyes away from it.
間違いないですよね。じゃあ新庄さんには先輩からそう言っといてください。私あの人とはもう話したくないから。
ああ、わかった。これどこなんだろう。
Arimura seemed annoyed.
その女のマンションとかメールには書いてありましたけど。
マンションを見つけた？じゃあ南沢千里は逮捕されたのか？
I finally managed to tear myself away from the screen and look at Arimura. She shrugged a little.
ま、似たようなものです。だから私は家に帰っても平気になりました。お世話になりました、先輩。ウキも橘姉ももう安心していいみたいですよ。
どういうことだ？
死にました、その女。
は？
Okay. That's weird, though. They said the person that died was some other. They gave some other name, though. Does that mean? Okay, wait a sec. Okay, for one thing, that means she would have had to kill herself. And how the fuck do you kill yourself with the with a rebar going through your own body? That doesn't make any sense. Plus, that would mean that Senri is not the woman. It's a completely different person. Arimura spoke without any real emotion in her voice.
死んだ南沢千里が
ええ。クルス先輩にはうまく伝えてください。私、そういうの苦手なんで。それじゃ、そういうことで、あとはよろしくです。
She grabbed the phone from my hand and quickly deleted the photo. Then she bowed and left me alone in the dining room.
セリー、ウキ、話終わったよ。私帰るから、宮代先輩の相手してあげて。寂しがってるよ。
I could hear her voice from the hallway. I could also hear Sarika, Uki, Kurisu, and Yui all talking. They were probably all saying something like, "You're leaving at this hour?" But I didn't hear their conversation at all.
南沢千里が死んだ
The serial killer who was after us was gone? I don't know, dude. This whole deal seems way too suspicious. October 27th, Tuesday. Okay, yeah, this is the name right here. This is the name that they gave for the pyrokinetic woman. Riko Haida's condo was cut off from sunlight by the surrounding buildings, making the whole place feel somehow gloomy. Mio Kunosato was standing there, her eyes as cold as ever. She'd gone through all the wooden shelves and colored boxes on the walls, read every last document and receipt inside, and found nothing.
警察が持っていったものの中には本当に何もなかったんだな。
ああ、俺が全部チェックしたんだ。間違いない。
Several days had passed since the death of the woman they believed to be Senri Minamisawa. The body had long since been taken out for an autopsy. A few pieces of evidence, like the table the body had been found on, had been taken by the police, but Shinjo said the clue she was looking for wasn't among them.
何も出てこない。無駄足だったのか。
She'd spent 2 hours searching the room. Even she was starting to feel a little concerned, but she shook her head to drive the thoughts from her mind. Next, she pulled out the magazines and comics from the shelf and began to check if anything was hidden between the pages.
なあ。
なんだ。
Shinjo was leaning up against the wall and watching her, a frown on his face.
この部屋は完全な密室だった。彼女以外誰も出入りした痕跡がなく、凶器の鉄筋も彼女自身が持ち込んだものだ。
それがどうした？
彼女はどうやって死んだんだろうな。自殺か他殺かも含めて。
私は探偵じゃない。 密室犯罪のトリックなど知るか。
そういう話をしてるわけじゃない。ギガロマニアックスの死に関して君の意見を求めてるんだ。
Shinjo sounded unhappy as he turned to look at the spot where the burnt body had been found.
ギガロマニアックスはいわゆる超能力者とは違う。他人と妄想を共有することで初めて能力が発現する。つまりここが誰の目も届かない閉鎖空間だったのなら、南沢千里はただの人間と同じだ。パイロキネシスなど使えるはずがない。だがここは閉鎖空間とは違う。例えば窓の外から誰かが覗いていれば妄想の共有など簡単にできる。
いや、そこまでは俺も考えたさ。
なら何を悩むことがある。ここもダメか。
Kunosato finished checking all the bookshelves and looked around the room, uncertain of what to do next. There wasn't a lot of furniture or appliances. The place was rather plain. The closet and desk were the first places she checked, but she still hadn't found what she was looking for.
ここに住んでいたのが南沢千里なら、例の委員会につながるヒントくらい出てくると思ったんだが。
Okay. Are they thinking that both... Are they thinking that both Riko Haida and Senri lived in this apartment? But no, no, that can't be right, because they were saying earlier that she was alone. So I don't really understand this. Why are they calling her two different names? The hell? Okay. I don't know, dude. This still is just not making any sense to me. Plus, on top of that, I think this is the first time anybody has even mentioned the committee in this whole visual novel. Okay, so she knows about the committee. So if she knows about the committee, then that should mean she knows why the earthquake happened then, right?
あるいは奴らのことだ。私より先にすでに回収済みということか。くそ。だいたい事件の発生から時間が経ちすぎだ。直後にここを調べられたら連中を出し抜けたかもしれないのに。
She looked over her shoulder and glared at Shinjo. It took effort to stop herself from bitching him out.
上等だ。絶対に突き止めてやる。
Kunosato decided to search the whole room once more. I know. Just doesn't make any sense. All the paperwork inside the messy desk used the name Riko Haida. It was nothing but receipts and utility bills. Okay. So maybe they're suspecting then that this person actually was Senri, but she was using Riko as a fake name, I guess. But there was no sign of a bill for a phone or internet service. She'd had neither, it seemed. There was no sign of her even having a landline phone.
確かに。電話がどこにもないな。
She looked around the room and found the phone jack, but it was covered in dust and showed no signs of ever having been used. The only other things she found among the papers were receipts for food and drink from a convenience store. Senri Minamisawa had never cooked. Convenience store food was all she ate.
これじゃあ食費もバカにならなかったろ。
How had she paid for it all? The police were trying their hardest to find out, but there was no sign of a bank book or credit card in the room, and they didn't know about anything about her bank account either.
金の出所は委員会じゃないのか。せめて口座番号だけでも分かれば尻尾がつかめるもの。
南沢千里は23日の深夜から24日の未明にかけて宮代君たちの前に姿を現してる。そして焼死体となって発見されたのはその24日の夜だ。ということは彼女が死んだのはその間ということになる。
Dude, I could have sworn they said during yesterday's stream that the death occurred like back on October the 12th or something. Kunosato had been so lost in thought that she hadn't even realized Shinjo was talking to her.
あ？なんだ？
南沢千里が最後に目撃されてから死体が発見されるまでに20時間ほどあるって話だよ。
Or maybe, okay, hold on. Maybe that's just the date of when, the date that footage was filmed on the security camera. So I guess it's possible she brought the rebar in like, I don't know, 10 days before she actually committed suicide or whatever.
.
ところがその20時間の間に何が起こったのか、いやそもそも南沢千里が何をしていたのか足取りが全くつかめないんだ。彼女はこのマンションにすら戻ってきていないんだよ。
Okay, so maybe she has been the killer, but because she couldn't stick to the schedule of the new gen killings from 6 years ago, and she didn't actually kill anybody on the 23rd. She's like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna kill myself now.
Nani?
Kunosato's expression changed for the first time.
24日の防犯カメラに映ってないんだ。一度も。
そんなバカな話があるか。じゃあどうやってここで死んだんだ。
だからこうして途方に暮れてるんじゃないか。
Sounds like another thing that Uki's power could have been used for. Bro, I wonder if like Uki is somehow like masterminding all this shit. Cause I don't know, it seems like her power is like the biggest like it seems like her power is the biggest like game changer. The biggest, it has the most potential to really like throw a wrench in all this shit.
映像をチェックしたやつの見落としだろう。
俺も確認したよ。見落としはない。
Shinjo closed his eyes and rubbed them. He'd caused himself a good bit of eye strain.
今映像を確認させてるが、どういうことかさっぱりだ。
わかった。少し考えてみよ
う。助かる。
He covered his face with his left hand, exhausted.
それも含めて、私はもう少しこの部屋を調査させてもらう。あんたは南沢千里がいつどうやってハイダリコという偽の身元を手に入れたのか、情報を入手してくれないか。
Yeah, okay. So the Rico Haida thing apparently was just a fake name.
もしかするとそれにも委員会が絡んでいるかもしれない。
それはもうやってる。
あと、この件の警察発表はいつになる予定だ？
まだ決まってない。いろいろ揉めてるらしい。
ニュースになれば、もっと南沢千里の情報が集まってくると思うんだがな。
気持ちはわかるが、そう焦るなよ。
わかる？私の何がわかると言うんだ。
She glared at him with daggers in her eyes, but Shinjo shrugged and said nothing.
さてと、ちょっと飯でも食ってくる。君はどうする？
いらない。勝手にしろ。
じゃ、そうさせてもらう。
Shinjo left without trying to invite her a second time. But as he opened the door, he paused as if he'd remembered something.
どれだけ調べてくれても構わないが、マンションの管理人が君を疑ってる。 本当に警察の関係者かって。所轄に問い合わせでもされたら厄介だから気をつけろよ。
一応気には留めておく。
一応じゃ困る。怒られるのは俺だ。
And then he laughed, but there was no humor in his voice. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here tonight. So I think we basically made it through like the meat of the Archon quest today. There's still more left, but I imagine it's probably just kind of winding down to its conclusion. So it wouldn't surprise me if we if I complete the Archon quest tomorrow. Though I don't think we're gonna get to do any of the Clorin story quest tomorrow, probably. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. We'll try and finish off the Archon quest at least tomorrow. And then of course we'll do some more Chaos Child as well. So yeah. Well, I guess there's a possibility that I'm gonna be too tired to feel like streaming tomorrow, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. I'll see you again either tomorrow or Friday. And yeah. Have a good night.